know what it is. It's time for scrap in the streets.
Yeah. It's national anthem, man. My mama gonna be so proud of me. Yeah. On that checkup.
Fresh up out the shower, smelling like some money. Spent another hour, thinking about some money. These niggas want the fame, bitch I want some money. See ain't nothing changed, I just want some money. Before them hating niggas and them hating hoes, I can't forget. I've been on that Avion all night, you know I'm lit. She say yo, your neck sick, look like it need a checkup. I said this one thing about I'm trying to run the checkup. I said my neck ain't killing, wrist ain't killing. Hop up out this motherfucker smelling like some millions. Right hand cross your heart, other hand to the ceiling. Say, bitch I was born broke, just know I'm dying with these millions. Wrist ain't popper, keep that chopper. Open tape surgery with them squares, I play doctor. Go to sleep thinking, wake up thinking. Hey, young one out of rest till all my niggas get a check. Bitch you know I'm about it, and you know I got it like my.
Yo, tuned in Scrapping the Streets here with Radio Rajeem. Just got a tour of the studio that he built, radio. So tell us about how long you been started this company.
I started Neversatisfied in 2007. So, just been kind of building it since then. Just been taking off.
In 2007, how long you been like your thing with music, as far as like the love for it? What made you want to start?
I always had a passion for music since I was young, just kind of growing up. I grew up in the hood, been around a whole bunch of people in the hood that did music. In fact, I was like one of the first people to actually have a studio in the hood, so everybody came to my house to record, and we made a lot of songs for the neighborhood. We're selling cassette tapes, and shit started to boom from there.
So did you ever do rap, sing, or anything?
Yeah, I used to rap. I used to be a part of a group a long time ago called Times 3. And we used to sing, we used to rap, we used to do shows, we did everything.
Okay. And you based this out of where?
Well, I went to high school in Dallas, and then as soon as I graduated from high school, I moved to Hawaii and started to do music out there, and I moved to Cali and started doing music out there.
Okay. That's cool. So the vision you had for it, was it just you, or was it the group that you were in, or how did the vision come about?
Well, originally, I wanted my whole team from everybody I grew up with to be a part of what I was doing and kind of grow with me. But as I started to get older, man, I started to realize people didn't have the same passion as me. People didn't have the same work ethic, so I started just focusing on myself and finding people that had the same vision and the same passion as me, and now I built my whole team.
It's cool. And you sign artists, you go out and you grab artists that you like, and you bring them, you sign them to Neversatisfied. Tell us about I know you said you had another record label that you had, as far as developing the artists. Tell us about that, how that came about.
Well, the first artist I signed was Jay Oliver. He's from Baltimore. Me and him, we met in Miami, and he was working with Eminem's group, and he was signed to them, and then we had to get him out of that record deal and get him to our record deal, and ever since then, me and him, we did phenomenal things. We've produced for Meek Mill, French Montana, worked with Kevin Hart, Trey Songz. We did a bunch of big tours with Chris Brown, Wiz Khalifa. And we've been everywhere. We even performed for the Howard Homecoming at the Yard Fest, so he's definitely covered a lot of grounds, and he's only been signed to me for 4 years.
Oh, okay. That's dope. So with the artist that comes into your studio, name some of the artists that has been here in this location, at this location.
We had a lot of artists like Days Low. We had Cameron from Dipset. We had Travis Scott. We had Juicy J. We had Lil Ronnie. We had some rock bands come through here. We had some country singers come through here. We had a whole bunch of different types of people. A lot of EDM DJs. You know, we got the whole everything. Like this is a 5,000 square foot studio, to where like you can do pretty much anything up here. You can live in here. You can stay here for weeks and never have to leave.
So with that, like how do you feel like as a person, like seeing your vision come alive? I know you laid back and cool, so like on the inside. How do you feel like when you see those type of people and come and want to, you know, work with you or, you know, do work with you? Like how do you, like what type of feeling do you get from that?
I mean, you know, it's inspirational, man. It just tells me that, you know, hard work does pay off. You know, someone like me that pretty much had nothing and, you know, went from the bottom and created something out of it and turned it into something huge, man. I mean, it just lets me know that anything is possible, you know, because I was getting locked up, going to jail, getting into a lot of problems, being in the streets, and turning that into an actual business that makes money and makes a lot of money doing it is phenomenal.
All right. So you've been doing this for about 10 years now. Started in 2007 all the way to 2017. And with that, like the rocky times, like the times that things weren't going your way, you know, like the rough times, like how did you deal with those situations?
You know, one thing I learned to kind of teach myself, man, when things wasn't going right, is just put my faith with God. You know, God has been a big help with me, man, and I learned that, you know, when you're going through struggles and you're going through pain, man, it's what makes you stronger, it's what makes you better, and you got to learn how to walk with faith and not by sight.
Yeah, that's interesting because like a lot of people, like the building what you're trying to build and what you have built, like a lot of people would have given up, you know, because of it's a lot of work, a lot of dedication that you have, like sacrifice and things like that. So with that, like, do you more, is this like more of a personal life for you, or just is this all like business, or do like how do you handle like separate the two, like because it's still entertainment.
Yeah.
You know, you can get caught up in, you know, living this lifestyle, but at the same time forget about, hey, this is my business as well.
Yeah. I mean, really, when I first started, I had a few other companies that did very well, and I kind of created this company as like kind of like a getaway, you know, something that I wanted to just get away from doing local things and running local businesses. You know, I wanted to have something that could be more international, something big, and something that actually gives people an opportunity to fulfill their dreams. Because, I mean, you're coming from a city where dreams are killed every day. You know, you're coming from a city where everybody's comfortable and everybody doesn't have the understanding to get to the next level. So for me to create that and build a facility that can actually help dreams come true, you know, it was more of an opportunity than anything.
Yeah. It's cool. So like with the steps you've made, the people that you've met along the way, like the relationships you've built, like do you look at it as like okay, they're only dealing with me because I have this business, or have you built like certain relationship with certain artists, like big name artists that you just named? Like do you still be in contact with them? Like how do you know?
Yeah, like I go on the road with them, I go to their weddings, I go to everywhere. Like, you know, a lot of the people that I built relationships with, man, like we real close. You know, every time I come to their city, they always show me love. They always make sure that I'm good. Every time they come to my city, I always show them love, make sure they're good. And, you know, we just keep it tight with each other, man. And from there, you know, it just kind of helps expand your network.
Yeah. So with this, like as far as like running the organization, like how many people do you like have like assisting you, like help you with it?
I mean, really, as far as Neversatisfied, man, it's a big movement. So a lot of people just join the movement. A lot of people create the affiliation, and they become Neversatisfied because, I mean, the way that I wanted to create the company was I wanted to create something to teach people to go farther in life. So a lot of the people that's a part of Neversatisfied, they actually became a part of the movement first, and then they actually started working with me and started actually like being a part of my faculty and my business, and we just created the whole thing.
Yeah. So with that, you mentioned that you're a producer, the executive producer. Is that all you do? Like, what all do your job entail?
Well, me being an executive producer, like I help fund projects, I help fund movies, I help fund tours, I help fund uh, clothing, I help fund businesses, anything that needs funding, I help put that together. But also at the same time, I bring a whole nother part of business with the marketing and the promotion and the branding, and that's something that I've done very well with this company.
Yeah, and it shows too. Like you have a Neversatisfied clothing line. Like, do you just do like men's and women's, or do you do kids? So talk to us about that.
I mean, we do a little bit of everything, Like I said, it's an inspirational line that really helps inspire people to be better. It helps people really understand to not settle. And, I wanted to make the line kind of fit for everybody. I didn't want to just target one demographic. I want everybody to really understand that everybody can be never satisfied. If you're in the gym, you could be never satisfied. If you're a kid going to school, you could be never satisfied. If you're doing this interview, you could be never satisfied, and you want to grow and get the next big interview. The whole point is it's just all about building, growing, and being better.
Yeah, which is cool. It's, because with that type of stuff, like, it's not just about, okay, hey, I got a clothing line. It's more of what it stands for.
Exactly.
It's more of what it stands for. So with that, like, how do you just go about trying to, okay, I come to you, hey, I want to sign to your label. Like, how do you go about just telling people, hey, you got to put in the work first. Like, you have to show me that you want to be a part of this.
I mean, really, I just tell them, like, I got to get to know you. You got to come around. You got to show me that you're really serious about being a part of something. Because a lot of times people are attracted to the idea of something, and they're not attracted to the work that it's going to take to get there. So, I let them work to get to where they need to be for me to actually be a part of what they got going on. And I help them grow in whatever passion that they have, along with they help me grow with just expanding the Never Satisfied brand.
So do you just sign musicians, or do you sign, like, I see a lot of artwork around your studio? Do you sign like painters, like intel on how, like, the type of people that you sign to your company, label?
I mean, it's really hard to sign just everybody, so I mostly just sign artists, I sign writers, I sign producers to the label or to the publishing company. But as far as just working with people, I work with everybody. I let everybody get the opportunity to actually fulfill their dreams, and whether it be art, rather it be fitness, rather it be blogs, media, whatever I can do to help you become better.
Okay. So with that, it's just like, mainly, like, you show me that you're serious about it, I can probably put you in position to, go to the next level that you want to go to.
Exactly. Exactly.
So name some of the albums, things, people that you, like, the latest work that you've done with some of the big name people in the industry, like the albums.
We just did a big song with Kevin Hart and Trey Songz called Push It On Me. They're going to put it on the Trey Songz album. Right now it's like top 10 on Billboard, and it's growing. It's going to be a big record, so we're looking to get that going, and we just got through working with Lil Wayne on his new project. We've got a lot of big things in raps. Like I said, Jay Oliver is a very hard-working artist, producer, man, and his work ethic is insane. So with him working the way that he does and me working the way that I do, we just become an unstoppable team.
Yeah. So with that, like, do you be in the studio with them, or do, like, you reach out to their people reach out to you? Like, how does that go?
I mean, a lot of times, man, it's just the affiliation. So, if I got people that I know, then I'll bring them to Jay. Jay got people that he knows, he'll bring them to me, and, we'll just all work it together, And it's just about being at the right place at the right time, majority of the time.
Okay. So do you sign, like, a lot of artists in Dallas, or, I mean, not sign, I mean, like, look at a lot of artists in Dallas, or do you mostly go like outside of Texas, anywhere? Like how do you go about like finding talent?
Well, truthfully, man, like, with Dallas, Dallas has this crab in the bucket mentality to where a lot of people are all about bringing each other down instead of bringing each other up. So majority of the people that work with me are not from Dallas, Like a lot of people are from Baltimore that works with me. A lot of people are from California that works with me. And, I really like to work with hustlers. I like people that go out there and hustle and grind and that's willing to do whatever they got to do to get somewhere in life, And I feel like instead of always trying to come up on people, you need to actually grow with people.
Yeah, relationship.
Exactly.
'Cause I feel like if you build a relationship with someone, that's bigger than anything that they can ever give you.
Mm-hmm.
Because at any drop of a dime, any point that you need them, they're gonna be there. So yeah, I understand solely what you mean when you do say that.
Mm-hmm.
So with like as far as like branching out, and I know you said you were finna build another studio, right?
Yeah.
What did you say you finna build another studio?
I'm looking to take Neversatisfied to Atlanta. I feel like Atlanta has a lot of professional people. I feel like people are hungry out there. It's a city full of hustlers, and everybody is about working with each other. As soon as I get off the plane in Atlanta, I get approached by hundreds of people just asking me questions of who I am, what I do, what I got going on, how they can help me do what I need to do. And I'm not even in Atlanta. When I come out to Dallas, I get a lot of hatred, a lot of, people talking down and worrying about what I have or what I don't have or what I'm doing, instead of really just supporting and really putting on. But, I don't fault nobody out here. In fact, I'm trying to help them. I'm trying to bring the Atlanta to Dallas. And if I got to go out and recruit 100 people from Atlanta and move them to Dallas to teach Dallas what they need to do to become the next Atlanta, then that's exactly what I would do. Everybody I picked was handpicked. People that I saw that was loving what they were doing, but just needed motivation to do it better. So a lot of people that I saw might have been out in the club, it might have been at the Art Institute, me just walking around, meeting people. It might have been just people that come up to me and just tell me that they're real serious about what they're doing, and I give them the opportunity to show me. And then from there, we create a business together, we create a partnership together, we create a whole movement together.
That's cool, because like a lot of people don't get that home feeling when you working with somebody, because everything is business minded. Like with them, like you kind of be like uptight, like, are you more of a personal way? I can go to radio whenever I feel, or you that person to where it's like, talk to me when you understand and have a meaning for whatever it is that you're gonna ask me. Like, talk to me like that.
Yeah, I'm definitely not the type of person that you can just talk to every day, unless we are doing business with each other, But anytime when you have a serious issue or serious questions, one thing that I do a lot is when I take road trips, a lot of times I'll post on my social media that anybody that DM me their number, I'll give them a call and I'll answer whatever questions they have. So if they have personal questions, they have business questions, if they have just need some advice, I help them out. So I do that a lot.
So you feel like, the things that you're doing is mainly like to help other people get to where they need to be, or is it like, okay, you ask me this, then what am I getting out of it? Like how, do you feel like that? Which one is it?
This is definitely an opportunity shift.
Mm-hmm.
This opportunity is built for people that are looking for an opportunity, built for people that are willing to work for an opportunity. And I don't even worry about making money, because here, there's times where months I would never make $1 out of here. There's times where I just dump hundreds and thousands into this place and never see that money back. But the whole point is that I'm doing something bigger with it. And it's actually showing and it's actually proving that what I'm doing works. And it's helping a lot of people. It's changing a lot of people's lives. I get a bunch of people always hitting me up telling me thank you for just believing in them and helping them. So to me, that was the whole point of this.
Yeah, it's real cool. So how do you escape this? Like, is there ever a moment that you just want to be like, I need a break, I need to escape, never satisfied, I just need some time to myself? Like, how do you envision that? How do you escape from here?
Well, I own 4 companies, so you know, the other companies is really my bread and butter. I have an investment company, I got a real estate company, and those companies do very well, but you know, it's something that I'm not really into. I'm not even really attracted to it. I'm attracted to this, but you know, this is kind of like my escape. And then when it all becomes overwhelming, what I end up doing is, you know, I spend a lot of time around animals. I love animals, you know. To me, I'll travel the whole world to see every single type of animal, you know. And anytime when I get a chance to do that or be around that, that's kind of like my balancing of life.
Okay.
You know, it makes me appreciate the little things. It humbles me down.
See, you have a lot of bugs around here. You got tarantula that was alive at one point. Like, how did you get into like the collecting of the bugs, like the insects?
Well, I collect everything. You know, if you ever come to my house, man, I have a huge collection, man. I have antiques, I have relics, I have gems, I have crystals, I have fossils, I have bugs, I have autographs, I have every single type of thing that you could think of. I just love rarity. Anything that's rare, anything that's exotic, anything that's exclusive, I gotta have it.
As far as like the brand of Never Satisfied, like the building of it, like where do you see yourself like 5 years from now? Because you've been in the business so long. Like, do you feel like there's a ceiling, or do you feel like it's more to come? Like where do you see this growing to?
I mean, I'm only like 30 years old, so, you know, I feel like I'm at a stepping stone of where I'm about to be. You know, where I'm about to be is going to be huge. You know, it's going to be insane. Like, my life is crazy now, so I can only imagine what it's going to be 5 years from now, to where it's going to be major, it's going to be national, it's going to be international, it's going to be huge business deals, huge contracts, you know, and it's already getting to that point to where that stuff is happening. Now it's just pretty much choosing the right decision and making the right move to make sure everything goes as planned, you know.
It's cool because like you being so young, and I already feel like, I mean not already feeling like, but I already accomplished a lot in doing this. Does it ever get like boring to you? Like, I know the money side doesn't. I know that for sure. Like, as far as like just being here all day, it's just like, oh man, it's just, like, what else can I do? Like, are you always thinking like the next new thing?
I mean, what I learned a long time ago, man, it's like, you know, anytime when you create a passion, you put your heart into it. And when you got your heart into something, man, nothing ever becomes boring. It becomes exciting every single day, because every day is an adventure. Every day is a new journey. Every day is a new challenge, you know, and that's what I love about my life. You know, when I was working a 9 to 5 and slaving in front of a job, just trying to make sure I get there on time and make sure I do whatever the manager wanted me to do, you know, I felt like I was losing my life. I felt like I was losing my mind, you know, and now every day I pretty much wake up whenever I feel like it. I pretty much travel wherever I want to go. I pretty much do whatever I want to do, and I'm able to do it with no problem, you know. But one of the biggest things that I've done is that I could have been very selfish, and instead of spending all this money to create opportunities for other people around me, I could have bought the mansions, I could have bought the Lamborghinis, I could have bought all those things and been self-centered. But instead, I ended up buying things that was nowhere near that, and spent less money but put more money into actually helping people.
So you don't get that a lot with like people in your position. You know, people are more focused on what somebody has to say about them and what the other person is thinking. Like, this person has a Jag, well, let me go get a Tesla.
Yeah.
Let me go get a Maserati or something like that. You know, it's like you say, it's like competition.
Yeah.
So with that, it's just like you really don't see that at your age because it's materialized. Like everything is put up on the pedestal to where it's like, hey, I can show you $1,000 right here, right now, but where you going? Where you sleeping at night? You know. So that's cool that you have that mentality to where you can create opportunities for other people. You know. So it's just like giving other people opportunities, meaning you're being more assertive and more aggressive with things, like as far as like building other people. When I say that, so with that, do you see yourself as a boss, a mogul, like what type of person is Radio Raheem like?
I mean, one thing I learned is like, you know, to be a boss, you got to boss people around, and that's what I don't do. You know, I'm a leader, so my goal is to create great followers and teach them how to become great leaders, and that's why my team has a lot of respect for me. My team pretty much is down for whatever I'm down for, and I'm down for whatever they're down for, and we make power moves together. So, you know, my only goal is to be a great leader.
That's cool. That's cool. Like with like I said, I keep referring back to it because it's rare at the age that you say you're just about to be 30. So it's just like it's mind blowing because like you don't get that with a lot of people in their 20s or 30. Like you get like a lot of arrogant, uptight, obnoxious people. So it's real interesting the way that your outlook on life and stuff like that. You know, it make people gravitate towards you to where, hey, I want to work with you. I want to do things. Let me be on your team. Let me show you that I have what it takes to be a part of Neversatisfied. You know, so that's real cool. So, fun fact about Radio Raheem. What is it?
Fun fact?
Fun fact.
I don't know. I'm real adventurous, very crazy, like real spontaneous. Like, you know, I'm down for whatever. I'm down to jump off an airplane. I'm down to jump off a bridge. I'm down to do the most craziest, spontaneous thing ever. And like, I actually want people to experience life with me.
Yeah.
So a lot of times, like, you know, I might take this whole group and we'll go somewhere that we've never been and just do the most craziest things just so you'll never forget it for the rest of your life.
That's cool. That's cool. And it's been a pleasure interviewing you, man. Like you really have an interesting outlook on life and things. Like a lot of people don't or they take for granted. You know. So with that, it's just like it makes you think. You know what I'm saying? Who can I help next? Who can I put in a better position to where they can help somebody? You know, jumpstart somebody.
This is one thing I've learned. I've learned that people pay attention to things that they want compared to paying attention to things that they need. So if I look exactly what people want, that's why I probably dress the way I do. That's why I probably wear the jewelry that I drive, or the jewelry that I wear, or the cars that I drive, because it's something that someone wants. So if I can attract them to me, then I can teach them how to be better than me, you know, and that's just being a great leader. Because all the other leaders that you see is not somebody that you might want to be, because it's not something that you can relate to. You know, not too many people can relate to Obama. You know, not too many people can relate to a lot of these huge Democrats or these huge politicians, you know. But people can actually relate to someone that actually came from the hood, actually came from the bottom, actually came from the struggle, actually went through everything. Like, I've been in the military, you know, I've been arrested at 18 and was facing major time, you know, and was able to change my life and go into the military and do something more productive in my life. But then the military didn't even work out for me, to where I got kicked out of the military in less than 2 years, you know, and pretty much had to figure out how to survive from that point on. I've been homeless, lived in patios, on my friends' patios, lived in my car, and really had to figure out how to get to the next level, you know. And I remember when times when I only had $3 to my name and I had to figure out how to make that stretch, you know. So I can understand what it takes to get to the next level. So that's why I look the way I do to help the next person follow me and help them get to the next level.
Yeah, that's cool. It's deep. It's like with stuff like that, you just don't, like I say, you just don't meet people like that. Like right now, like this generation that we're in, the time that we're in it's just like everybody's like, I call it the microwave. Everybody wants it so quick, you know. Put popcorn in the microwave, 3 minutes is done, 2 minutes is done. You know, instead of just putting roast in the oven, you gotta cook that for hours. You know what I'm saying? So it's just like people in this time right now feel like everything, like you said earlier, should be given to them. They do, they put it, okay, you put an artist in a booth, have a good record, but it might take 2-3 years for that record to pop. But they expect it to be hot right now. Oh, this person not playing my song, this better than this, you know. So with that, it's just like it's just crazy because you don't see it a lot. You know, you don't see it a lot. You don't see the people out here really grinding and putting in the time and putting in work. Okay, this record, they want to play this one, I'm going to make them play this one. Yeah. You know, it just don't. It's just like you say, Dallas is like a crab in a bucket city. Yeah. So with that, it's just the mind frame of it.
Really, Texas is a comfortable state.
Mm-hmm.
You know, it's a state to where you can get a job with no problem. It's a state to where if you get kicked out of your house, you'll got someone else to move you in the next day. Yeah. You know, you get kicked out of your house in New York, you'll probably be homeless for months, you know, because they don't have room for you. If you try to find a job in New York, there's millions and millions of people that's ahead of you that's been waiting to get that job. In Texas, it's like you can walk down the street and there's a job in every corner. But because of that, it makes you weak-minded.
Yeah.
It makes you not appreciate struggle. It makes you not appreciate actually having to go through hardship to really get somewhere. And then you end up falling behind society.
Yeah.
And doing whatever society wants you to do. But to do what I did, I had to learn the ways of Miami. I had to learn the ways of LA. I had to learn the ways of Chicago. I had to learn the ways of New York to really embrace a new way of thinking.
See, like that, I feel like that's just the South in general. You know, because we're like really homey, like we're friendly.
Yeah.
You know, when you go to New York, when you go to Miami, see, Miami is just like a different side of the South. Well, when you go there, when you go to LA, everybody's on the move. Everybody's about a dollar. Everybody's about making money, and making it to the next step, the next breaking point for them. Like New York is just, like you say, it's a lot of people there, so you might not have room for you. So you got to figure it out. Now, when you come down south, it's just like welcome. Like you can walk in the house, speak. You know what I'm saying? But everybody's gonna speak back. You go to New York somewhere, you might speak or ask for directions, and they might keep walking. Yeah. You know, so I feel what you're saying when you do say that the Texas is kind of lazy.
Yeah.
You know, but at the same time, I feel like there's people out there that's willing to, you know, put in the work, put in the time, the hours.
Of course.
You know, so.
But most of those people end up moving to LA.
Yeah.
Most of those people end up moving to New York. Mm-hmm. So you take away all the good people and you leave all the bad people, what do you have?
Bad.
You have the same shit, different
Cycle.
toilet.
Yeah.
And you know, I'm tired of the same shit. I'm trying to do something different. I'm trying to build something that's going to actually make an impact and make a change and get people to get up and do something. You know, and that's why I said my company is Never Satisfied, and everybody I want working with me, they need to be never satisfied. And all the satisfied people need to stay away from it.
So you don't never like relish in your accomplishments, like as far as like, okay, hey, I did this, let's go celebrate. You always looking into, hey, we did this, but it's not enough.
Pretty much, that's my mentality all the time, man. But you know, I balance life, man. We have fun. Like I said, these guys probably had the most fun in their lives just by doing half the things we did here. Mm-hmm. You know, and that type of stuff inspires me to go harder. Inspires me to go even farther.
Yeah, man. I had a pleasure interviewing you, man. Hey, tuned in, Scrapping the Streets, Radio Rajeem, man. It's an interview you're gonna want to catch, man.
Sure. It's a great interview, man. Did a great job, man. And like I said, scrapping the streets, I feel like it's a good movement. I feel like it's a good thing, and that's why I'm glad to be a part. Much appreciation. Never satisfied.